Good morning student. Today we are going to learn about Csma. After the completion of the session, you are able to define Csma, classify the persistence methods in Csma, explain the each methods in Csma. What is Csma? Csma stands for carrier sense multiple access. The main principle used in Csma is listen before talk. In this technique, station senses the medium before trying to use it. Means it senses to find out whether the medium is free or busy. If it is free, then the station sends the data, and if it is busy, then it waits for some time. How collision occurs in the medium? Let's analyze collision model. This one is the collision model. There is 4 stations in this model. First, A senses that the channel is idle or busy. If it is idle, then at time t1, station A starts to send frame. These are the time axis. At time t1, A starts to transmit data, and here it reached at time tp at station D. But until this time, B is unknown about the transmission. If within this time B senses the channel, then the channel seems to be idle and it starts to send packet. If it sends the packet in this direction, then there is a chance of collision. Again, if it sends the packet in this direction, then also here is the chances of collision. Next we discuss about the vulnerable time. It is the propagation time. This is the time needed for a signal to propagate from one end of the medium to the another end. Means when A starts transmission at T1 and it reached at station D at the time Tp. This one is the time, means Tp minus T1 is the propagation delay. If we draw a T1 line from station A to station D, then the time within this region is known as vulnerable time, because station B senses the channel at this point, station C at this point, and station D at this point. Before this point, they are unable to sense the channel. Before this point, if the transmission is coming from this direction, then also they are unable to detect it. Only if it reached at this point, they are able to detect the transmission. Next, we discuss about the persistence methods in Csma. What is persistence? In general meaning, persistence means the continued existence of something. There are 3 types of method. One is the one persistent method. Second one is the non-persistent method. Third one is the P persistent persistent method. First we start from one persistence method. So if the station finds the channel idle, it sends the frame immediately with probability 1. Let's see. In this line, this part is busy channel and the other part is idle channel. If a station A wants to send data, it senses the channel continuously until the channel is idle. When the channel is idle, it transmits the data with highest probability known as one persistence method. Here is the logic diagram. If station sends the channel and channel is idle, then it sends the signal. If the channel is busy, then again it repeats the process. Next one is the non-persistence method. If the channel is idle, station sends the frame immediately. If the channel is not idle, it waits for a random amount of time and then senses the channel again. So, when a station senses the channel busy, it waits for a certain period of time, then again sends the channel. If again it sends busy, then wait for another period of time. This process repeats until it sends the channel idle. After that it sends the channel idle, then it sends the packet, that is known as non-persistent method. But in the above process, it sends the channel continuously. But here it wait for a random amount of time, then again sends it. The difference between these two methods is this. The logic diagram of non-persistence method: station senses the channel. If it is idle, it sends the signal. If it is busy, then it wait for random amount of time, then again it repeat the same process. Last one is the P persistence method. It combines the advantages of other two strategies. In P persistence method, it senses the channel continuously until the channel become idle. Here, this one is the busy part, this one is the idle part. In this method, it continuously senses the channel until it is idle. Then, if it sends the channel idle, the probability outcome does not allow to transmit immediately. It waits for certain time slot. Here we can see. After this, when it senses the channel is not occupied, then it will start the transmission. For proper understanding of P persistence method, let's see the logic diagram. Here we know that the channel sensed by the station, if it is idle, first we look at here. If it is busy, then the normal process is started. If it is idle, then here is another logic used, that is probability outcome. So when station sends the channel idle, then it sends the data with probability, that is denoted as P, and at this logic, that channel probability denoted by P is compared with probability outcome if we denote it as R. Then if R is less than equal to P, then transmission occur. R is less than equal to P, then the station sends the frame. If R is greater than P, then wait for a time slot, and again station senses the channel. If it found busy, then it discarded the data. If it is sense idle, then again it comes here, and the channel probability and probability outcome both are compared. Then after the comparison result, the process repeats again. This much about the CSMA. Thank you.